There are some movies that you watch in your life, and when they're done, you say to yourself, wow, that was a great story. I wonder what's going to happen next. But most of them, even though they were great, you are content with the ending and don't really need to see the continuation of the story. The original Gladiator was just like that for me. So I did not expect, nor did I want to watch a sequel to it. But there you have it. Another movie in 2024 that I didn't really want to see, and I got anyway. However, was I worried for nothing? And is it any good? Let's find out. I'm Meffistoe. Like, share, and subscribe because this is my review of the movie Gladiator 2. Quick rundown of the story and no spoilers here. It's been 16 years since the events of the first movie, but the spirit still lingers on. Rome has fallen into deep corruption, and two twin emperors rule the throne. Apparently, Lucius was sent away for his own protection and became a soldier at an African nation that is now under attack by Roman legions that is headed by a general called Acacius. Lucius, under a pseudonym, is taken as a slave and sold to a gladiator promoter who wishes to go back to Rome with a prime collection of gladiators to compete in the Colosseum Games. The real twist is that Acacius is now married to Lucius's mother, Lucilla. So how will our boy Lucius reveal himself? And will he have a big moment under the sun? Ridley Scott was facing an impossible task. He needed to revive this franchise that we didn't really know was a franchise and create a sequel that has to rival one of the best movies of all time. You may not agree, and I personally don't have it on my top 20 list, but these lists are very personal and subjective, and you can't really deny that the original Gladiator was an iconic movie. Having said that, I think Ridley has fallen back to what he knows, and that is to bring a visually spectacular movie. However, once again, in less than 12 months, I watch a Ridley Scott movie that is visually great, but awfully boring. Yes, my friends, sadly, Gladiator 2 falls so short of its predecessor. If you have seen the first one, you'll be sadly disappointed from the story in the second one. It roughly follows the same kind of formula that was in the first one. It doesn't go scene by scene in the same way, but it does mimic situations that you have seen in the past, but it has a small twist on them. And for a movie that is 2 hours and 25 minutes, this was really disappointing. In terms of the acting, Denzel Washington absolutely steals the entire show. The man is undeniable. He plays the replacement Proximo, that gladiator handler slash owner, but like I said, he has his own twist and own agenda for his story. Derek Jacobi is back as Gracchus and Connie Nielsen as Lucilla, and a side note, the girl looks amazing. It's as if she aged only 5 years instead of 20. Paul Mescal and Pedro Pascal playing Lucius and Acacius, respectfully, have a decent enough performance and is nothing like Russell Crowe in terms of how much gravitas they bring to the role. But if you're asking me, what about this movie that makes it special or spectacular in terms of the visuals, if you were looking for more stunning battles and inventive ways of gladiator on gladiator duels, then you'll definitely find them in this movie. Everything looks great, although a little bit unrealistic at times, but I will stretch my suspension of disbelief for a spectacle every once in a while. But I am a story guy, and you can't pull a movie magic too many times on me before the movie kind of falls flat. But was it bad? Not really. One would expect from a high-budget film like this to not only keep me entertained, but also engaged with the tale you are trying to tell me. And the story material that Ridley Scott brought to the table is simply not enough. So if you want my honest recommendation, here I'm at a bind. It is worth watching on the big screen to capture this grandeur of this epic. However, the juice isn't really worth the squeeze because there's only so many battles or duels or action going on the screen, and the rest is just a bunch of predictable story angles that just doesn't hold a candle to the original. And even if you strip it down to the bare bones and forget this is a sequel, it's just a cookie cutter story. And even the shocking plot twists are telegraphed from a mile away. I'm sorry, but I really can't recommend that on that particular angle. So before we wrap up this short review, I do have a small little warning. I did not watch the trailers for this movie when they came out, and I'm so glad I didn't, because the trailers give away so many good moments and actual story. I'm not gonna say which parts, but some parts in the trailer show the actual ending of the film, and that, my friends, is why I'm highly sus about any new movie trailer coming out. I would much rather go into a movie cold than to have it spoiled in the trailer, so be warned. I thank you for watching, and remember, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I'll see you on the next video.